Eccoci. Allora,
Bundle yourself in cold
ops,
weather outerwear as we visit
ho
Elysium's
fatto
Ice
cacciare
Moon
tutto? No,
Cloister.
ok, ok. Apro Twitch dal telefono. Ho un respiro più
Home
forte di quello
of
che sembra.
the
Che
Archive.
penso, volevo dire.
This miracle of
Abbiamo
deciperative
risolto
machinery was engineered by the
la
first
quest.
bishop and the matriarch
Uno delle due che ci hanno
herself,
dato.
so we could harness its predictive
Ci chiede di
powers
scoprire
to
altra
unravel the
corrispondenza della
universal
Battle New World
equation.
prima di andare a riportargli notizie. Quindi
Beneath Cloister's
farei tipo
permafrost
così.
sprawls an endless maze of componentry, resistor banks, logic assemblies, data manifolds, quantifiers, re-quantifiers, re-dequantifiers.
Tra l'altro vediamo un attimo una cosa.
The archive's core assembly lies within the ice moon's inner mantle, where 2.7 billion thermionic valve switches perform the nitty-gritty of Boolean data calculation. Such processing generates tremendous heat, which is dissipated by the thermal transfer system. 4,367.89 kilometers of feed and return pipes circulate coolant between Cloister's subsurface seas and the core assembly.
Continuo a pensare che queste mappe siano inutilmente grandi.
When in operation, the core would turn molten in 1.8 minutes without thermal transfer's consistent hydraulic pressure of 3,300 psi. Fortunately, this system is foolproof. It would take deliberate human intervention to operate the archive without the thermal transfer system.
No reason to
But
reason
who
with
would
you.
act so irrationally?
Trincea? No.
Input commands are delivered by
Sembra una
cards
trincea.
that
Advantageous
process
to-
information stored on
Do you have a
data.
specific matter requiring discussion with me that cannot be postponed? I'm rather preoccupied at the moment.
We are waving a mathematical magic wand.
That's not.
But we know
Yes,
better.
your assessment is absolutely accurate. Making a final decision over what to prioritize in the construction of this trench, given my current resources, has been correct. In this case, standardized algorithms, which includes a Poisson distribution method, using the data we accrued from years. Unfortunately, I find myself in the extremely unlikely and distressing position of having these algorithms inform me that every type of attack, and thus my dilemma.
Ok.
Many, unfortunately. Auntie's human soldiery, Raptidon. In
Okay.
summary, many and varied.
89 kilometers to 4,367.91 kilometers. We are racked with regret for this error.
Well, that's good advice. I can tell by simply observing you that your combat experience is considerable. Auntie's forces have pushed us from our initial trench line into our fallback trench. Thus, despite the fact that we are currently holding back Auntie's forces at the new, more narrow front, this leaves us in the unenviable position of requiring... That being said, we shouldn't need another trench line. Our analysis shows us that Auntie simply lacks the reason. However, there is a vanishingly slim chance that Auntie's has more...
Buona
Perhaps it would
fortuna.
be advantageous to...
I've got your numeral. Keep moving.
Ah, è morto.
Try not to deviate from the norm.
Ok, cercherò di non farlo. I'll try not to.
That you have to know, irrationality is good for the world.
Report to your assigned area and do not interrupt current operations.
Questa è la trincea principale, immagino.
A measure of
I've observed you in these trenches, but halt! Access to that area of this
unveils
trench line
the
has been
key
restricted to authorized
to
personnel.
logic's asymmetry. How can that be?
Questa è la radio migliore, chiaramente, di tutte.
Irrationality. One thing
Freelancer, you are
that you
currently
must
heading into
fulfill.
no man's land. We strongly recommend you return.
Irrationality is a part of our program. How can that be? How can that be? Using pi, a number without end, evokes a result, correct in the dividend. Accept it, and you can plainly see a positive externality, a positive
Un
externality.
brucomante di zirani attivo. Ops. Forse dovevo salvare prima.
Accepted in this infinity, a positive
Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
one thing, the irrational accepted in the calculation can result in explanations. How can that be? How can that be? How can
È merda di mantisauro? Sì. C'è arriva lì? No. Oh, cosa aggrata adesso?
Vitals critical. Locking them down. Mitigating.
Ok, è Daria.
Back.
With another enlightening missive for the always inquisitive, it's time for Ask a Victor. Thanks, Isa. Student one
Adversary vulnerability.
exactly did the cause
One can spend a lifetime poring over the mathematician's books and still never grasp every word in them. I'll give you the 60-second version. This progenitor of the order was the first to teach the defined scientific methods that led from the resistance to one of transcendence for all. He taught how society could reach its full potential and then move one stage beyond full humanity spanning actualization. A society at that final stage will exceed human consciousness and understand infinity itself, grasping all of the cosmos as a single equation of
Infatti, andiamo
thought.
direttamente qua.
The universal equation. Time and space and thought will become one to the participants, who will act as a single godlike entity. The source of all causation and the benefactor of all understanding. In essence, nothing will be left to chance. The Ascendants will see all that was, is, and meant to be. Humanity is well along this path to omniscience. We can thank the charismatic mathematician for giving us a metaphorical kick in the correct direction.
Stay tuned for what follows. Avid followers of our predictive playlists are already aware of which song follows. Interested in receiving our weekly selection of mathematical clues? Visit your local predictory.
Sigillato.
1, 2, 3, 5, 8. 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. Function F to the n. Function f n minus 1 plus the f n minus 2. In all cases that we know, starting where n is so low. Now you know just what to do. Start the cycle, here's the cue. It's Fibonacci, a sequence largely summing through preceding numbers gives us math that brings us wonders. Define the recurrence relation, get us to sequence summation. It's Fibonacci from Liber of our
Ho ucciso il verme. Questo è l'impatto che abbiamo visto? Capito. Non si passa di qua ora come ora.
Giving squares perfect quotient 0, 1, 1 and again 2, 3, 5 and 8 and then 13, 21, not 2 34 we're counting through.
Resorting to violence.
Stronzo lo ziranio.
Ready, stack. It's try to limit further damage, Commander.
A secret largely.
Ok. Whatever.
I have a
It's Fibonacci from Liber of our The Fibonacci sequence is a sequence in which each number is the sum of the two preceding ones. 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, 55, 89, 1, 44, and so on and so forth.
Forse la scelta di mettere due armi da fuoco non è stata proprio il massimo. Ah, rimane il fatto che prendiamo un'infinità di danni, ma non ne facciamo. Tipo così, cioè, boh. Oh, il nemico ti ha visto. Tu, you were shot in the head. Cioè. E purtroppo gli devo ancora trovare una cazzo di arma a una mano. Quindi, boh, cioè. Questa è l'unica arma che ho, Mili. Ma hanno deciso che lo stealth deve essere brutto.
As determined, you're listening to Grand Plan Wireless. For transpiring events, philosophical profundities, informed insight into the future, also music. And now, with another enlightening missive for the always inquisitive, it's time for Ask a Vicar with Vicar
mobilizing.
Negative.
Locking them down.
One can spend a lifetime poring over the mathematician's works and still never grasp every lick and tittle. I'll give you 60 seconds.
I guess? Come ho potuto missarlo tutte ste volte? What the fuck?
He taught how society full humanity spanning actualization. The society at that final stage will exceed human consciousness and understand infinity itself, grasping all of the cosmos as a single equation of thought. The universal equation. Time and space and thought will become one to the participants, who will act as a single godlike entity.
Sì, però l'abbiamo sentita tipo 5 secondi fa sta roba.
Of all understanding. In essence, nothing will be left to chance. The ascendants will see all that was, is, and meant to be. Humanity is well along this path to omniscience. We can thank the charismatic mathematician for giving
Cosa
us a
vuole che io veda?
metaphorical kick
Cioè,
in the correct direction.
vedo la
If
mina,
you're
ma
feeling anxious about what's
c'è
next,
il white
just wait.
white
Things to
trap.
come have a way of
Il filo.
constantly happening. The future is colliding with the present every moment.
Next up,
Proceeding to attack.
the Sears of
Ma non ho porco di Aton.
As indicated. Combat probable. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Amplificator at ready status.
Ok. Mamma mia.
And then one day our eyes did meet.
Dio cane.
Itself, grasping all of the cosmos as a single equation of thought. The universal equation. Time, space, and thought will become one to the participants, who will act as a single godlike entity. The source of all causation and the benefactor of all understanding. In essence, nothing will be left to chance. The Ascendants will see all that was, is, and meant to be. Humanity is well along this path to omniscience. We can thank the charismatic mathematician for giving us a metaphorical kick in the correct direction. If you're feeling anxious about what's next, just wait. Things to come have a way of constantly happening.
Fresh
The future is colliding with the present every moment.
Combat probable.
Consistency in your work is wonderful. Consistency in playlists is
Possiamo per favore ucciderlo?
As indicated.
What?
Something hasn't happened. If something's not the case. If you find your data missing inside your database. If you need to find alternatives, make use
This unit is condemned.
Continua a pallarmi sta cosa che un colpo loro fa l'80% di mio HP. Ma io nonostante faccio il doppio dei danni melee non gli faccio nulla, cioè melee. Cioè stealth volevo dire. Non mi piace per niente questo sistema di stealth. Cioè boh. E non c'è un sistema di livelli, quindi non posso capire quanto indietro sono. Capito?
Resorting to violence. Try to limit further damage, Commander. Standing by to stupefy.
Va bene, meglio così.
If something hasn't happened, if something's not the case.
Danger. Stranger ahead.
Data missing
Wires knew I was gonna scrap. This good wires.
Cioè, tipo questo tizio che è il capitano o qualcosa di simile. Come... Se ho build stealth, ce l'ho nel culo. Che sta scendendo? Facciamo così e vaffanculo. I guess. Sì, sono d'accordo. Non vedo nulla. Ok, richiamo il rallentatore.
Health benefits available at your request.
Che è questo suono? Non sembra ci fosse un gigante. Oh oh. Lago di Melbourne, mi sa. Dobbiamo passare per quell'edificio. Ah, è ziranio liquido questo.
Either they have squatters or their decorators should be shot. Or both.
As determined, you're listening to Grand Plan Wireless. For transpiring events, philosophical profundities, informed insight into the future, also...
Unhand me, and I'll show you how a true acolyte fights!
Threat detected.
Oh. Cominciamo a mettere un po' di punti in furtività, perché sennò... Oh, buono.
The rift is my gateway to transcendence.
My piety is the key.
Show yourself.
Mobilize. I have a thick consider.
Era possibile farla stealth questo, per esempio. Non si... è illeggibile il combattimento. Ma non hanno chiesto aiuto ai di software.
Torpification in progress. Adversary vulnerability identified. Suture me up. Move your arms.
As indicated.
Thank you, dear.
Ho sentito. Ho sentito parlare qualcuno alla radio. Quindi secondo me c'è qualcuno da qualche parte.
I'll skin your faces off one by one if you... Hey, you! Let me out of here!
Architect's balls! That was some fine killing! Would have preferred you'd left one or two of those traitorous miscreants for me to sharpen my blade on, but no matter. Serves me right trying to help those sorely lacking in the gray matter. But they rightly betraying someone sent by the exalted leader of the glorious dawn herself warrants a painful death. Name's Aza. You are? We are simply a group of enlightened individuals seeking to spread the truth of the rifts, despite our persecution by those who seek to keep the masses aimless and distraught. The rifts only seem destructive because we are looking at them from the point of view of imperfect, mortal bodies. To be deconstructed by a rift is to be reborn in perfection. The rifts are a device of the architect to hasten humankind's perfection. They reduce whatever comes into contact with them to mathematically perfect information. We are nothing but that information, but we cannot see that because we exist in a chaotic and disordered reality. The universe is decaying, and out the rifts are a perfectly ordered phase of existence. No chaos, no striving, no suffering. Peace and unity with the architect.
Quindi la morte, insomma.
Ridiculous. The rift's existence is an anomaly, nothing more.
I see no need to respond to such heresy. You are obviously ill-informed. I have similar business at the N-ray range. These fools, I could use your help there, and I'm sure nothing that will live to regret.
Of course. Not sure it's wise to allow this. I doubt that
Well, what are we waiting for?
Ok, vediamo le tue abilità. Patazzata? Ok. Ok. Beh, inutile. Vabbè, insomma, sto posto era obbligato per trovare il compagno. Dovevo andarci per forza. E a breve arriveremo alla missione che hanno mostrato nella demo, credo. Ok. Non è da dove sono arrivato qui. Sì. Io devo andare di qua. Ah, forse ho disattivato della roba qui. No. No, è da qui che parte il fiume dello Ziranio. Quindi non era obbligata come tappa. Forse sì. Boh. Vabbè. Non credo passi il treno, quindi. Perché senti i sussurri del re degli spratti? Comunque. No, qui c'è qualcosa che non va, aspetta. Ah. Grazie della bobina di compressione Autodoc. It's Spacer Choice. Ho letto tanti regali al posto di tartine regali. Tutto a posto. Ah, whatever. Continuiamo con la principale. Mi sa che non è da qui che si continua. Buttiamo un occhio a questo treno. Forse è entrato in una specie di dungeon. Ah, forse no. Ho rubato qualcosa. Che ruba? Non c'è nessuno qui. Qualcosa che sussurra. Vabbè.
Initiate Carrington, audio log entry, 10. My orders were to watch for the enemy. Specifically, to never break line of sight to my assigned field of view. So, it's fine. Others have been assigned that field of vision. This is the most efficient method of defense. Architect, they're getting closer. Perhaps I'm taking my orders too literally. I'll just peek. No. Trust in the equation. Trust in those greater than I in the order. I will keep looking forward for enemies from that vector. I am not afraid. I am not afraid. I have faith that the architect...
This one appears to have been too terrified to even look at us. I almost feel bad killing him. Almost.
Sì, questa è la quest che si è vista nella demo.
Range lies ahead, Commander. Please avoid exposing yourself or your Valerie unit to excessive radiation.
Aggressor at hand. The rift is my gateway to transcendence. My pioneer.
Where's the look?
This unit is concerned for the commander's well-being.
Ok. Qua abbiamo un'entrata. Ah, proprio entrata. Forse è l'unica.
This entrance is sealed. Commencing search for alternate means of entry.
Ok, mi sa che è l'unica entrata. Whatever.
Now this is just sloppy. If I wasn't already here to kill all these traitors, fool.
What?
Fools, I'd be forced to use one or two as an example to the rest.
Quando sali di livello puoi aggiungere punti solo alla tua abilità più bassa che non è a 0. O qualsiasi abilità che ancora non ha punti. Maiolo, dai.
Charged.
Oops.
We can hear those wriggly little grub fingers of yours. Bring them closer so we can shut them off.
Stop your silliness, fool! The only ones losing body parts around here today are you and your traitorous friends.
1236 cubed, divided by the standard rate of... Look at the state of this poor fool.
They just left her bleeding out? Exsanguination is an art. Where's the precision, the pride in their work?
There's a cultist behind you! Wait, surely she isn't with you. Fine. Just please keep her away from me. Architect's mercy, thank you. Oh, dear Archivist Clemens has been so strange lately. So distant, so agitated. And not his... He's deeper in the facility, working on something he deemed to be of the utmost end, with all those cultists gallivanting about.
Please, with the way my so-called brethren are comporting themselves, he's more likely to die of boredom. If I was in charge here, all of you'd be dead. He soon will be.
Yes. I'm sure you'll kill them quite well. The crazed cultist... people like your friend here, I've seen few firsthand. But that isn't because they've gone. Rather, I believe they have become visibility deficient. These cultists broke in from above and immediately set about...
Their actions are inexcusable. Science allows us to unveil the wonder of the rifts. We do not disrespect it. Now, is there any science around here we can use to find and kill them?
It's a shame the facility is in shambles. We've an N-ray scanner device that may render the cultists far easier for one to locate. If I'm still alive in a week, I'll put in a suggestion to the presiding bishop. The scanner is an optical device designed to detect electrical signals and the N-rays given off by all living beings. Visible or not, the cultists still give off N-rays. It was stored nearby. But with the damage... Oh, there's no such thing as invisibility. I can only theorize that their visual forms were sent out of fate. I appreciate your aid.
Otteniamo questo raggio... Questo coso raggenne. Il punto è che come faccio a capire quale porta è quale? Cioè, è completamente random. Se io faccio così, giusto per fare un esempio, sbarrata, quella è comunque aperta e questa è comunque chiusa. Boh. Sto girando in tondo. C'è stato il suono di Dishonored. Ok.
There's the N-ray scanning device the scientist was talking about.
Enemy spotted. Reach up.
I'm known to hold a grudge, you know.
Perché loro non mi hanno attaccato?
I appreciate your help. You can use it to see the wires connecting. I appreciate...
Lockdown bypassed. The nearest sealed door should now be accessible to you, Commander.
Sì, grazie. E non è questo.
You've opened the way forward. Very good work.
Pensavo fossero entrati e l'avessero uccisa. A questo punto. Ah, ok. Non è tipo... Va bene. No.
Unfriendly company. They're mine.
Boh, cioè, a che serve allora l'attacco furtivo? Se non è furtivo?
Look sharp. It's a fight. Avenge my death. Look sharp.
Maintaining your...
Allora.
Hostiles detected ahead. Recommended course of action. Violent.
Have this off in a minute. So much for that.
Look sharp. It's a fight.
Vediamo il raggio dell'esplosione. Oh signore.
Victor, I fully understand the importance of your work. This is exactly why I push you so. Your moral justifications for delaying your delivery are misguided. Dead is dead. What matter is it if their ends come in 1 minute or 3? If you seek to be humane in your duties, fine. So long as I get the explosives in time. But if we fail to act, the order will be lost forever. Collateral damage was always inevitable, Victor. You knew this. And the longer you take in your laboratory, the greater your risk of being caught becomes. If that happens, you know what must be done. But I should remind you that such a failure will result in vastly more suffering for all parties involved. We need those explosives now, Victor. Let's finish this.
Oh, uff. C'è l'altro? Come faccio a scoprire il segreto?
Angelus killing tool who has isolated you from my hand. How dare you hamper my ascension with your distantness?
Enemies detected.
Ah, ma si può entrare così. Aspetta, allora, risalvo.
The rift is my gateway to transcendence. My piety is the key. So much for that. A quick once over.
Look sharp. It's a fight.
Vabbè. No, c'è un invisibile.
Fortify emergency protocols survey this kind.
Ok. Ma veramente. Cioè consistente, però fastidioso. Dovremmo mettere il visore per vedere il loot di nemici che ha ucciso. Scienza o mischia.
Finally, I understand true transcendence. I have power unto the architect. When all is consumed, all will become.
All as one. Beh. Ci leviamo dai coglioni?
Everything must become nothing before it can become everything. A quick one so
Enemy
can't
spotted.
reach that.
Ah, ok.
a sad little sprat in his corrugated metal cage.
Why don't you unlock the door and come out, sprat? Nobody's here.
Our only salvation lies in annihilation.
Ah, che palle. Mi dimentico che non posso buttarli.
Friend of friends, or a greater ally than any number of fellow scienticians.
Oh. Pistola al plasma silenziata.
Oh, thank you very, very much.
What? Where? I thought we dispatched with all of those traitors, charlatans. Fine, just trying.
I can see it would be best for me to tactically over. I see you possess our N-ray scanner. Ooh, ingenious device. If I'd had. Damn that Victor and damn his hubris. Fitting that his experiment would cause so much strife. That he would be untouched by the ensuing. Pardon my excitement. I don't know the specifics, only that Victor was performing a procedure utilizing processed N-ray. In the ensuing chaos, Victor's experiment was destroyed. I know some cultists were killed, but many more still live, moving unseen through the range. Survived is most of the cultists died immediately upon exposure, and according to past experiments, those that have, I would be more sympathetic to their collective plight, and they not promised to insert it because he refused to follow procedure. He didn't take an assistant or allow. Oh, believe me, this is more exciting.
To any fool enough to approach my holdout, I once again ask you to stop. The path ahead is filled with unseen traps. Whether artist or flavor scientist, you will be killed. I cannot afford your interruption. Once more, please cease.
Non ho capito come si attiva questo. Ah, perché c'è anche una bomba.
I cannot believe this. How many times must I say only death lies ahead? Observe. You have been persistent. Time for that is over. Please.
N-rays. This unit is in need of assistance. Resuming hostility.
Siamo bloccati?
Cultists and interlopers breaching my defenses at once? I should have. There is but one option left to me. To save Arcadia. To ensure the future. We must both die. Because the Order cannot be hindered by war or by compromise. Any obstacles must be removed. As much as If DeVries does not receive my explosive, she will resort to a violent assault. Many will... I thought this explosive vest would be an unnecessary precaution. All I can hope is that by blasting us both from the field of play, want has nothing to do with it. I have very specific... And you cannot possibly understand whether I am or am not capable of martyrdom. You do not know my depth of character. At the end of all things, my decisions... You're not with the Order. You cannot understand why this would be. Could I explain, the words would be lost on you. Your verbiage does not conceal the gaps in your knowledge. But if the Order is not prevented from reaching its true potential and solves the universal equation, all science... If what you say is true, then you have my tentative thing. DeVries opened my eyes. Politics cannot bind us. Uncertainty cannot strangle. And no one can be allowed to waltz in and... What? How do you not understand the present situation? What coward would strap an explosive device to himself? No, that's not all this. Helping DeVries, completing the work on my explosives is important. It matters. DeVries agrees. Augustine couldn't have done such a thing. She was on a secret mission at the time. I don't wish to believe you. I've been a fool.
This poor fool seemed intent on doing himself and us both. Impressive work convincing him otherwise. What say?
All Earth Directorate agents are officially prohibited from using torture as a method of information extraction.
Your loss. Don't like to boast, but
I believe that's another thanks I owe you. You certainly keep interesting company. I appreciate your consideration. I found a way to, via the use of processed N-rays, DeVries needed explosives for her plan. By making them unseen, the explosives... Saying that out loud now, it sounds unreal. But somehow... Here, it is the key to my quarters. Take whatever you find. That will ensure that I cannot... You certainly convinced me.
Ok, buono. Tutto bene quel che finisce. Non è che ci sono ancora trappole in giro. E dove sono i suoi alloggi, però?
My fellow loyalists, it is time. Due to the Earth Directorate operatives' continued meddling, we must increment our timetable by a factor of hours, not days. Accordingly, our forces have taken over the monastery. Those I predetermined to be resilient to reason, have been executed. The rest should not cause us trouble. I have locked the lift to prevent the agent from reaching the monastery, but the following code will grant you access. 34145. I will continue my work from here, supplying Augustine with everything she needs for our plan to succeed, and delaying the agent as I'm able to. May the results of our actions today secure a more prosperous tomorrow for our sacred order.
Seer Wiley isn't very good at this whole seer business, is he? Nice of him to just hand us the code like that. We should remember to mock him for that as he bleeds out.
No, grazie.
Boy, damn it! We've killed every traitor in this place, but they're treasonous scum of a the leader of a cell. In this case, that would be Ziegler. They were operating under his orders. I saw one of them earlier. We should...
Dove potrebbe essere? Sui alloggi.
I appreciate your help.
Boh. Siamo entrati da qui, ma da dove? Ah. Dicevo, siamo entrati da qui, ma da dove? Siamo scesi dal tetto. Ah, ok.
This is it. The Dawn's Not much, but there are a few encrypted... Idiot didn't even have enough respect. I'm right behind.
Come leggo la predizione? Ce l'ho in inventario? Ok. Ah, giusto. Wait a minute. Actually broken. È più broken di quello che pensavo. Che non sono costretto a investire in armi da fuoco, mischia o altro. Avrò sempre queste 5 al massimo. Ma vado avanti al doppio della velocità. Non avessi fatto furtività le avrei avute quelle 4 sempre al massimo. Ah. Ok. Proviamo.
Got a bad feeling about this line.
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return? Algorithmic dissonance?
Tassidermista.
I'm fond of. Wait. Don't tell me you're one of those drones from anti-security.
Oh, my non-choice.
Whatever you're selling, I am not a black market.
Greetings. What can I help? Or you're dealing with more of a stay off my palate, or oh, really? Like they strung a few here in Matriarch's Mercy. If you're not a member of the Order, you're probably living close to somebody else. In some cases, sort of thing tends to cause friction between neighbors. Would lead to fights, but half the time people shy away at the first sight of blood. The other, we say whoever wins the fight wins the argument. But frankly, it's never anything of consequence, like, okay, now, how can I help you exactly? Ugh, go on, get out of here, scram!
You got business? No? Move on. You the fixer lent your aid to Agent Galloway? Don't suppose you got that crawling hibiscus she promised. Hello, hello. You're the one that aided us in availing Sub Rosa of a rather luck. Agent Galloway is slightly less. Consequently, I'm pleased to present you purchase idle browsers.
Acquisto. Ok.
Sub Rosa thanks you for your... What fine contraband might I feast?
Ok. Boh. Che sistema di looting inutilmente. Cioè, sono tutti pezzi di loot diversi, ma non la stessa roba.
Sub Rosa thanks
Okay.
you. What fine contra. It's superb cover and a consistent market. Refugees are in need of all sorts of supplies. Myself, I enjoy the thrills of the environ. Will the Order attempt to drive me out? Will make... Why, I thank you. Takes a unique sort to we stand that we'd like to make a good ton of bits on the war. And maybe expand our reach in the process. Beyond that, I'm not... We've still got folks we...
Oh, maschere molto belle. Ma non ho trovato il tassidermista.
Can't believe
Ignored the orders for warnings. Oh, a bit. Hello. Granted, I mostly skim the parts what don't cover probabilistic date. Suppose that means you're not a threat. So that's good, right? Yeah, I reckon that's good. First time I got a POP, it was on a lark. It said, Rolo Nast, our seer has predicted you must wear a helmet today. I borrowed one, as a laugh. Everybody ribbed me about it. Just after lunch, wind picked up on the cliff above and dropped a mock apple 152 meters straight down onto my head. Fortunately, I mean, if you want an exact estimate or percentage, talk to them. As for me, I just got that, what do you call it? A few times, I couldn't make heads or tail of half of it. Like, avoid anything representing whole numbers? I didn't know what to do about that. So I just stayed put. End of the day, I'm still here, and my co-occupant Ike isn't. So, I guess them prognostications work well enough. You did catch the part I said they'd save my life, right? I think alive is a notable improvement on dead. That's something you can take to the bank. I don't know why the other displaced have been so slow to take to them. But I'm not complaining too loud. Waited for my... Anybody needs me, I'll be right here patiently awaiting my latest personalized...
Tassidermista.
1,068.5 pardons, but my attention is presently 99.81%. Well, If the archivist set as the assigned provisioner, I am responsible for coordinating the requisition. The overwhelming majority of my time, you may not have noticed, but the refugees do not want for food or medicine. With the great disruption that has occurred to their lives, one can hardly blame them. That they are fed and the order of the Ascendant is dead. If I can help others in need today, appreciate. Yes. You may.
Welcome back. Any luck enlisting help? I can tend to your injuries, provided you anything. Right?
YOLO.
Grand Agent Oath, a rogue faction has taken over the monastery. My seer, to make matters worse, my access code's not working. Without it, I've no way of calling the lift. No, I've known Landon for years. If what you say is true, that is damning evidence indeed. That's a serious accusation. Why would I do such a thing? I can't discuss this right now. The truth is, I held Wiley back. I kept him from it, but I needed him. I still need him. I'm not the savant. I'm sorry, but we really haven't the time to litigate this issue further. In case I didn't make it clear before, the monastery is currently in jeopardy. Peace talks? Yes, Ruth informed me, but how did you learn of them? Representatives of Auntie's Choice in the Order are meeting to discuss an... I know I mentioned it before, but compartmentalization is crucial to the success of most of the Order's operations. But I'm afraid I won't be accompanying you. I can't be sure my presence wouldn't alter the outcome of your efforts in prodigious and Once you reach the monastery, make your... go forth.
Ok. Ma cerchiamo sto cazzo di tassidermista.
Friends, neighbors, while you shelter in matriarch's
Tassidermista?
apologies, outsider. As a vicar, I am usually lately. You are, of course, free to stay to be enlightened by my lecture, but frivolous jocularity is one of a vicar's key. Yes, I reckon I do have my Suppose I, more than any other, I frequently launch into extended orations on everyone's favorite topic, math, and meticulously expatiate on our sex origins. And oh dear, I got ahead of my. As I'm sure you've read in recent I am single-handedly making a difference here. With constructive pointers on efficient scheduling, lessons on or perhaps some other time.
Watch yourself if you intend to nose around that collapsed ramshackle. Oh yeah, Duarte. He's former aunties like me. He was underneath for a few hours. Or, no, that was before. This happens a lot. People here need more room to breathe. Don't have proper building material or nothing. They just, oh, you put that together, did you? Here, I thought I was being, maybe if we interspersed our requests with numbers, they'd pay it. They're doing something, which is better.
Times, whilst peregrinating outside inhabited areas, those choosing to heed.
Sì, ho bisogno di un tassidermista io.
Took care of that problem for her.
Since the schism, The Protectorate have rewritten
Crowded. Just too damn crowded.
My soup is nutritionally calculated to sustain all bodily functions, but it could use a little else. If we compare...
How do you do, stranger? Always nice. Oh, it's a pity I can't lend more aid to our... What? Listen, friend. A little skill with needle and thread does not make me a qualified medical professional. Clearly you don't suffer from Have it your way, then. I know when I'm being voluntold. But you better make it worth my while. Before I agree to anything, I need sprat corpses. Several. And no victims of violence, please. My art depends on the quality of the sleeve. I used to source up. Word has it, she's out fresh.
Dove hai detto che cosa devo fare? Frankie Billings. Fino lassù. Andiamo dall'idraulico.
Prominent admirers taking great interest in your figure work and projections.
Consistency in your work is wonderful. Consistency in playlists is not. Now for a new song.
Generating primes, techniques, and uses.
Stranger.
Good day and welcome again to Advanced Abstract Algebraics, Section 4, Session 43. Please continue to enjoy the background music, which I have selected today based on its arithmetic-based harmonic progressions. My name is Edmund Vandersmythe, and I am the Senior Tenured Laureate of the Tertiary Adjunct School of Numismatics for the Order of the Ascendant. Today's lecture will focus on the generation of prime numbers, techniques, and uses thereof. I know. Prime numbers? Why so simplistic? Well, consider this a basic refresher course in remedial numismatics for those new to the order. I will start by explaining what a prime number is, despite the fact that we should have known that definition still. I have been called many things, and repetitious is one of them. I have also been called redundant several times. I was called reiterative, if you can believe that. So, prime numbers. What are they? The simplest definition is this. Given the set of natural numbers greater than 1, let's call that set n2, then a prime is any number in the set n2 that is not itself a product of two other numbers in the set n2. A simple definition. Elegant, even uplifting, almost ascendant, you could say.
You're now
but not
entering an active combat
redundant.
zone. Take all necessary precautions.
Side note,
This is the
am
last
frequently
bastion.
asked,
I hope
why
you aren't
isn't
being
one a
transferred
prime
here?
number, since nothing can divide it other than itself? And the answer is simple, you silly lay person. Because with such an inclusion to the definition of a prime number, then nothing else would be a prime number. And then what good are prime numbers? Wait, you ask, what good are prime numbers? Why would we want to find and use prime numbers? There are all kinds of abstract number theory applications, and that should and would be sufficient reason to want them. But there are also, how should I say,
is the last bastion
practical
of control.
applications, such as maintaining the security of bit cartridges. In fact, our archive uses primes for that reason and many more. The archive incorporates prime numbers for storage and retrieval on its ultra-efficient system of data bricks, as well as using prime numbers in the process of checking its
Move on,
memory stores
freelancer.
for corruption,
I've been tasked.
lest its calculations be tainted by such. But if you strive to become a numismatics researcher, there are several open questions in the area of prime number study. One such question is this.
Everyone is on
every
actions that
even
last
member of the set N2 besides 2 a sum of 2 primes? It seems to be so.
Now that is what
No one has
You're
ever
gonna have to
proven
hold it in.
this can
Never fear. I'll get that clog moving soon
Are
enough.
there an
You mean
infinite number of prime
you
pairs
want the
that differ by
This is the
only
greatest
2 in their
but
value?
don't get me
seems
wrong. It
unlikely,
would be an honor.
We have been
I'm
unable
just
to
not
find
sure
an
that I'm
upper
ready.
limit.
Well, I
Perhaps you
always
could
remember.
discover one of these
Good
proofs and
plumbing
become the
starts
next
in the bowels.
senior tenured laureate of the
We gonna kill
tertiary
Hierarch
adjunct
Ziegler soon?
School of Numismatics for the Order
Don't
of the
forget to click
Ascendant.
now.
Such a
What can the
lofty,
pipe doctor do for
and
you?
dare I say,
Just fine.
elegant
Clogged
goal.
toilets. I'm just a
Good
plumber.
dispositions to
What
you
do I
all.
know about human anatomy?
good
Well, always remember. Good plumbing starts in the bowels.
Cioè, se io non ho eloquenza 8 non posso finire la missione. What the fuck?
This war cannot come to a
I
conclusion
do
soon
not
enough.
believe you have clearance to be
The
here.
wartime rations are making assignment in
What I told now. What can the always remember? Make now. I'm just a plumber. Well, always remember.
Boh.
Good plumbing starts in the bowels.
Quindi smetto di cercare un modo per fare la quest. Cioè, come devo interpretare questa informazione? Ah, mi fermo qui. Mi fermo qui. Ah. Turlu.